This is what I sounded like 10 years ago.
When a man loves a woman. When a man loves a woman. Boop, 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 boop.
And this is what I sound like today.
Run, run, lost boy, they say to me. And I feel something so wrong, doing the right. I try playing it cool, girl, when I look at you.
Do you have difficulty carrying a tune? Do people sometimes tell you that you're tone deaf? Do you have a hard time figuring out whether you're on pitch or you're off pitch? Does singing a song feel like it's a lot of guesswork? If any of this sounds like you, please stick around for the rest of this video. So if you've been labeled by a number of people as being tone deaf, I have really great news for you. You're most likely not actually tone deaf. I've personally worked with 20 so-called tone deaf people and have been able time and time again to get them from having no pitch control to being able to recognize and carry a tune within 2 or 3 lessons. Now, lessons is by far the quickest and easiest way to start to develop tone because it gives you much, much more than what you get in this one video. If you're interested in one-on-one lessons, check out the card above. There you can find some information about one-on-one lessons. In the absence of private lessons, here's an amazing tool you can use to start to make the connection between your ear and your vocal cords. What I've found is that for people who can't recognize pitch, one of the main issues is that they can't reproduce pitch with their vocal cords. I've personally worked with multiple instrumentalists that can tune a guitar by ear, which is stuff that I can't do, but they can't sing on pitch. Once you understand that this can be due to a communication breakdown between the ear and the vocal cords, it becomes clear that having a good ear doesn't necessarily mean that you'll have amazing pitch. So what I'm gonna have you do right now is get onto your smartphone. So it doesn't matter whether you're on Android or you're on Apple, doesn't matter. Play Store or App Store will have one of these. So what I want you to do is type in CHROMATIC tuner, T-U-N-E-R. That's a chromatic tuner. Type that into your phone right now. So once you've done that, depending on what device you have, you're going to end up with an interface looking a little bit like this. You're going to have notes from C to B with some hashtag signs or some flat signs, and those just mean sharp or flat. So the little B is a flat note, and then the hashtag sign is a sharp note. Now the way you're going to use this chromatic tuner to improve your voice requires a keyboard. If you don't have a keyboard at home, that's fine. You can go to virtualpiano.net, and over there you're going to find a virtual piano on the computer that you can play along with, and you can actually create these tones for yourself. So let's run through this and get you improving your pitch right now. So I'll show you what you do. So you're going to see on this screen there's going to be a representation of the pitch that the microphone on the phone is picking up. Now these tuners don't differentiate between instruments or voice. You can definitely still be able to tune your voice with this as long as you follow these steps. So first off, what you're going to do is play a given note on the piano. Keep it within your comfortable range. You don't have to go super high. So for men, that would be a pretty comfortable note for most men. And you can see that that's a C on my device here, if you can see it from here. I'm not sure. But if you do see it, it's a C right there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is try to reproduce that with our voice. Ooh. So I actually don't know what showed up on the screen there, but hopefully it was in and around the C area. Let's say I'm not on the C, and this is where we get into a little bit of the practice here. Let's say I'm a little bit off the pitch and I'm having trouble recognizing that pitch. Ooh, so there I'm probably on it. Yeah. So there I'm hanging out on that pitch. But again, let's say I'm having trouble hitting that pitch. So what we're going to do is find a lower pitch and then try to scoop up to it. So let's say, and I don't want you to do this on purpose, but let's say you end up not being on the pitch. Ooh. So there, am I above or below the pitch? That's the first question you want to ask yourself. Where are you hanging out, above or below the pitch? If you're above, you want to slide down. If you're below, you want to slide up. And the great thing about this tuner is that it tells you whether you're above or below. So if I'm trying to hit a C, and that thing ends up around a D or an E, you know you're above the note. If you're trying to hit a C, and you end up around an A or a B, then you know that you're too low and you gotta come up. So let me show you what you would do if you're off the pitch. Ooh. So now I want to slide. Ooh. Until you find that pitch. And it's really that simple, just sliding through your range, trying to find all the pitches within your comfortable range. So let's say I'm around there and I gotta go to there. Ooh. And the key is to try to slide slowly. What this is going to help you do, in addition to increasing your pitch accuracy, you're going to get much better at making minor adjustments with the vocal cords, which is going to help in general with singing, because you're going to be able to sing with much more accuracy and specificity in songs. It's important to note that a lot of people think that they need to push or force their voice to certain notes in order to do this exercise. This exercise is actually best done within your comfort zone, because at the end of the day, you're not actually going to get any additional benefit from this exercise if you're going to go to your extremes of your range. Because this is a pitch exercise that focuses on making sure that your voice stays on pitch, it can really be worked on in a comfortable area of your range and then applied to higher notes as those become more and more comfortable. So if you're really great at being able to sing high notes, then more power to you. Sing this in your full range. But if you feel like it's a struggle to get up to your high range, don't feel like you need to be able to go up there. Keep it within your lower range and you're going to see just as much value from these exercises. It's also extremely important to practice with this on a regular basis. So don't think that it's going to be a one-off exercise that you're going to do one day and that you're going to see massive results. This is something that you need to start integrating into your regular practice so that you can develop the muscle memory that's necessary for hitting proper pitches. This also doesn't require a massive time commitment. Even 15 minutes a day is going to show a massive improvement, as long as it's done consistently on a daily basis. So let's do a couple more. Let's do a couple in the female range. Ooh. Okay, so if you hit that right on, but let's say you're off. Ooh. Gotta slide up to it. Ooh, let's say I'm around there. Ooh. So we got to slide up to that note and try to sit on that note until we feel comfortable that we've hit that note with the representation of the needle on, or if you have like one of those whatever the representation is on your app, it's always going to be a little bit different, but the same basic principle always stays true. Now the next problem that a lot of people run into is octaves. So C to B repeats itself over and over within music. So if you have, and then it repeats it again. And again. So when we're dealing with octaves, let's try for now to keep it a little bit more simple, because it's going to get very complicated, especially for people that pitch is not their forte. So let's try to just keep it simple. We're going to try to keep it within one octave. And if you feel that you're having difficulty figuring that out, leave a comment down below. Be happy to respond to it and we'll work through it. So if you found this helpful and you want to find something that might be a little bit more regimented for you with, piano scales and specific notes that are hit for you, so you don't have to start doing it on the virtual piano yourself. And if you're interested in getting some more exercises that are going to help further your ability to sing on pitch and get even more accurate with your pitch accuracy, I would highly recommend you guys go to check out my complete course that I just created on how to sing in tune. It's called Stop Being Tone Deaf. And And I want you guys all to stop being tone deaf as soon as possible. I believe this is the fastest way to do it. So it's really as simple as that. Try to practice with that about 15 minutes a day. If you go through your comfortable range trying to practice with that pitch accuracy, I guarantee you within a couple of weeks you're going to have marked improvement in your ability to carry a tune and recognize pitch. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, I'm sure you're going to like this one, so check it out.